Tonight on Connecticut's news station, the Supreme Court hands down a major decision striking down affirmative action. We're hearing local reaction. Plus, the man accused of attacking a state representative appears in court. The new details we're learning tonight.
We have a break from the rain for now, but there may be some for part of the weekend. We'll time it out and take a look ahead to the 4th coming up.
And talking transit.
New Haven's going to be the center of the universe, right here. All planets revolve around New Haven, Connecticut.
How a new project looks to get residents to their destinations faster than ever before. Plus, Hartford Bonanza is bringing big business to the capital city. The preparations underway ahead of the holiday weekend.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. We begin with our top story tonight. The New Britain man accused of physically assaulting a lawmaker outside of the XL Center in Hartford appeared in court today.
He has a lengthy criminal history, and now he is facing even more charges after this incident. Fox 61's Carmen Chow was in the courtroom for the hearing. She joins us live outside of Hartford Superior Court with what happened. Carmen.
And Jen, 30-year-old Andre Desmond is being held on a $250,000 bond. Officers are investigating whether this was a hate crime or not, but his attorney says he has some serious mental health issues.
So first I'm going to say that I don't know what the
Andre Desmond not holding back during the arraignment, but quickly interrupted by the judge.
First of all, sir, now I'm not going to let you speak because I'm not going to have you call me you. And second of all, it's your honor, it's the court, there's respect that's required. Second of all, no, wait a minute. Second of all, I do not want you to use that language on the record.
Desmond has a long criminal history that spans out of state, ranging from larceny to robbery to trespassing. His attorney is saying he is currently seeking treatment for his mental health issues.
The violation of probation ended because he spent 6 months inpatient in New York State dealing with his mental health issues.
Desmond now facing charges of assault, interfering with police, and breach of peace after police say he physically assaulted Representative Miriam Khan Wednesday morning outside of the XL Center.
This vicious, violent assault is absolutely sickening, and it should be investigated as a hate crime.
According to the arrest warrant, Khan was taking pictures with her family outside when Desmond approached them saying, "Who wants to kiss me?" Khan tries to walk away, but Desmond kept following her and eventually puts his arm around her neck, trying to kiss her, and slapped her, which led to Khan falling and left a red mark on her face.
Someone apparently has attacked a respected member of our community simply because of religion.
Desmond later runs away, but a group of men who witnessed the incident caught Desmond and held him down until officers arrived.
And I'm just shocked. This doesn't happen in Connecticut.
I was told Khan is spending time with her family today, so she's not taking any calls or messages. But Desmond, on the other hand, is set to reappear in court sometime next month. I'm live in Hartford. Carmen Chow, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Carmen, thank you. Well, new video tonight showing the moment a police cruiser is hit in Waterford, causing it to flip over on its roof. This happened on Route 32 yesterday. Police sharing this video on Facebook, saying it was an effort to be transparent after receiving comments that the officer ran a red light and was at fault. However, in the video, you see the light turn green before that officer begins turning left. The cruiser was significantly damaged in the crash. Both drivers were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The driver of the other car was given a citation. Well, the United States Supreme Court ruling today, race can no longer be a factor in the college admissions process, striking down affirmative action programs at Harvard and the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
Connecticut universities and state leaders reacting to that decision tonight, calling this an outrage. Fox 61's political reporter Emma Wolforce joining us now in studio with the response. Emma.
Yeah, Ben, Jen, Connecticut colleges and universities say this decision is extremely disappointing. This sentiment echoed by President Joe Biden, who addressed the ruling this afternoon, saying discrimination still exists in America.
I strongly strongly disagree with the court's decision.
Thursday, the Supreme Court ruled universities can no longer use affirmative action in their admissions decisions. The court allowed race to be used as a factor in admissions for the past 20 years. But Thursday, the conservative majority specifically found Harvard and the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill discriminated against white and Asian American applicants by using race-based admissions policies in their attempts to promote diversity on their campuses.
It's an outrage that the Supreme Court in 2023 can try to pretend that race and racism don't matter and they don't exist.
Outrage from elected leaders at the state and national levels, some characterizing the decision as rolling back momentous progress made in America.
This very misguided decision is a step backward by a court that seems to be rolling back rights of all kinds.
Discrimination still exists in America. Today's decision does not change that. It's a simple fact.
Connecticut students agree.
The idea of striking down affirmative action presumes that there's a level playing field in the country for people of all racial backgrounds, when in reality, it's very clear that there is not.
Mendenkoff Misra says as a mixed race student, diversity and representation is incredibly important to her and her university experience.
And I really hope that schools will find ways to continuing to work towards equity and diversity with this ruling.
And President Biden telling colleges and universities Thursday, despite this decision, they must ensure diversity on campuses, something Connecticut leaders want to see happen here, too.
Do what we can to protect our students and make sure these kids are prepared for the world. The world's not waiting for us. They don't care what John Roberts had to say today.
Attorney General Tong referencing Chief Justice John Roberts there. Now looking at the big picture, Senator Blumenthal tells me he wants to have conversations with his congressional colleagues about reforms to the Supreme Court, like a code of ethics, but says in terms of undoing this affirmative action decision, it's an uphill battle. Jen, Ben.
Emma, thank you. Also today, the Supreme Court sided with a Christian mailman in a case against the U.S. Postal Service, solidifying protections for workers who ask for religious accommodations. In a unanimous decision, the justices made clear workers who ask for religious accommodations should get them. The case before the court involved a Pennsylvania mail carrier who was told that he would have to start delivering Amazon packages on Sundays. He declined, saying that Sundays were for church and for family. USPS did try to get substitutes for the mail carrier, but they couldn't always do so. The mail carrier eventually quit and sued for religious discrimination.
All right, time for a check on the forecast. And the big question as we approach this holiday weekend is, will there be rain on the 4th of July?
All eyes on meteorologist Ryan Brett. Ryan?
It's a high pressure situation, Ben and Jen. You never like rain on a summer weekend or a holiday, but it looks like we will have some rain, but none of these days are going to be washouts. For a change, though, tonight the radar around here is in good shape, and there's actually plenty of clear weather back to the west. But in this case, looks can be deceiving because there's a lot of wildfire smoke in this region. Most of today it's stayed to our west, but some of this will come in tomorrow. So the forecast from DEEP is that the air quality will be unhealthy for some. Now, earlier this month, we were way down in this range, so it will not be as bad as we experienced previously, but you'll probably notice some wildfire smoke here and there tomorrow, and it may add an extra haze to the sky. The morning, though, looks very nice, dry with some sunshine, a mix of hazy sun and clouds for the afternoon, with high temperatures tomorrow that will be in the mid-80s. Saturday is the pick of the weekend, should be a dry and warm day. Sunday, things go downhill. We'll have scattered showers and storms. It won't rain the whole day, but there will be rain around on Sunday. So we'll take a look at the timing on that and also talk more about the 4th coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. Well, new tonight, Groton police have arrested a man on voyeurism and risk of injury to children charges. Police say Michael Landon was found with illicit sexual content on his phone. This included subjecting a minor to a sexual act. He's also facing 2 counts of possession of an assault weapon. Police say Landon is being held on $1 million bond.
New Haven police are still investigating the circumstances behind the death of a 10-month-old baby. Police responded to the call of a baby not breathing on Farron Avenue just before noon yesterday. It's still unclear where the baby was found or who called police. Officials say the baby was taken to the hospital and was pronounced dead. They're calling the death suspicious. No word on what exactly caused that baby's death.
Neighbors are on edge after what officials say appeared to be an explosion and fire at a house in Old Saybrook. This happened on Maple Avenue late last night. Crews worked into the night to put out the flames and again this morning. The man who lived in the house was taken to the hospital. Neighbors say he's in his 80s and his cat is still missing.
I saw flames shooting up, so I immediately got dressed and went downstairs and grabbed an 8-pound fire extinguisher in the garage and ran over. We're all very close-knit, and we try to help each other as much as we can.
Fire officials are still unsure of what happened, but say there's no natural gas in the area, just propane gas.
We'll do tonight by 2029, New Haven CT transit riders will see major changes to the busiest routes, making them faster, more efficient, and more environmentally friendly. Fox 61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Julia LeBlanc explains from a bus stop on Dixwell Avenue.
Where we're standing right now will be part of 4 major bus routes running in and out of New Haven that by 2029 are expected to be about 10 minutes faster. It's all part of a project called Move New Haven, and those involved say it's going to be life-changing. Kaya Ade gets around New Haven by bike, bus, or train. Like most of her neighbors, she doesn't have a car.
Cars are expensive.
But when she moved here years ago, she would wait hours for a bus.
It was hard to get to my doctor's appointments in West Haven, and there were many times where I was late to work trying to use the bus.
Now the city has a plan to make these bus routes 11 minutes faster and more environmentally friendly. They'll be adding 15 more electric buses, 4 new mini hubs, and changing the infrastructure along the 4 busiest routes in New Haven, Hamden, and West Haven.
2 major routes, the first one coming down Dixwell Avenue from Hamden.
City engineer Giovanni Zinn has been working with local, state, and federal leaders to fund the Move New Haven project. It started in 2014 following a report from Data Haven.
To highlight the lack of transportation as a barrier to employment.
But they needed money to fix the problem. Now they have $25 million from the feds. They're using it to focus on these areas, carrying more than 50% of the city's CT transit ridership.
It's a place to improve service and make service more frequent, faster, and more convenient for people to use.
Zinn says they'll create bus-only lanes on certain streets and sync up the traffic signals so a bus can breeze through with its own green light, all with walkers and bikers like Kaya in mind.
I'm still processing how transformative this is, like radically going to change what it means and how easy it is to get around New Haven.
Now, over the next few years, the DOT and New Haven officials will be working on the plans for this project. They hope to start construction in 2026 and finish by 2029. We are in New Haven. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.